And Kevin, looking back at all the discussion and interviews over the years, you make a lot of analogies to food. Are you a foodie at heart?
Oh, my God. Kev, I am not a foodie.
Game, huh? Really?
Kev, I eat to live.
Well, you know about it.
You know, I eat to live, but I don't want to fool you. I eat to live. Listen, sometimes I forget to eat. Is that bad? Is that bad?
Well, as hard as you work, there's probably a lot on your mind.
Man,
I can get that.
Listen, I like to... a big plate of food scares me. Okay, and that's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to keep going on that analogy. You know, a bunch of food no, I don't want to keep going on that one. Just know that I'm not a foodie. But when I explain things, I like to articulate things where people can understand it. So I use food right away.
Good way to connect the dots.
A little bit.
Yeah,
you know, parallels in life and food are very similar, man.
Good. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Simmons runs the show with Redick at the 2. Covington at the 3 and Saric at the 4. And it's Embiid in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Simmons trying to get open. They get the rebound. No good with the layup. And stolen by Simmons. Covington against Hayward. Simmons with it. That's tipped. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Simmons. And the Celtics with possession here. Horford kicks to Tatum. Hayward on the wing. Nice teamwork to set up the pick play and make the space for the J.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Irving against Simmons. Here's the teardrop. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And, you know, it took them a while to get going, but they finally connected now on their 4th shot of the game.
Tatum kicks to Irving. Six on the shot clock. The Celtics need to get a shot off. And a miss there on the triple. 76ers have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. And Kevin, to see you come in straight out of high school into the NBA, you forget that it was so historic because we had not seen a high school player in such a long time.
Right. Yeah, at that time, you know, it was 20 years before anybody had ever thought of the idea. I figured that I had the work ethic and the passion and the appetite for it. And I never looked back. I never second-guessed my decision. And when I did second-guess myself, I got in the gym and changed them.
The greatest picks in the history of the draft. Here's Simmons. Simmons missing again.
He's still fighting it, and sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets. He's trying to get in the rhythm, but right now he's playing hard, but he's hurting his team.
And stolen by Tatum. It's Brown with the drive. That shot off. Now the 76ers take it the other way. Now Redick. Charge a screen on Brown. Here's Redick. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Proving that he's more than just a shooter now. Redick, when he sees the lane, he takes it.
Irving passes to Horford. Here's the screen. Tatum kicks to Hayward. Five on the clock. And he can't bank that one in. Here's Saric. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Saric has got his first basket of the night.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
He took good advantage of that screen. Irving's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And Simmons kicks to Redick. Embiid with a screen on Brown. Here's Simmons. Over Horford. The rebound by the Celtics. Horford's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
You know, Kevin, his team is struggling a bit right now. I hope he can find his rhythm and start making his shots out there soon. Otherwise, ...
No good from Irving.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Sharks, that's good. And Kevin, what's it feel like when you hear you're one of the most dominant players of this generation in a generation of great players?
That's weird. That's weird to hear because, you know, you don't do anything by yourself.
Think of the names. Think of the names.
You know what? When you talk about stats and you talk about, you know, numbers, then you put them up against, you know, previous and your peers, then yeah. But, you know, you got to always give homage to coaching styles. You got to always give homage to organizations, other players. You know, players make this league. This is not something you do by yourself. You come in here, you put your work in, but, you know, the camaraderie and the energy that you're able to get, the friendships, the bonds you're able to get in this. Now you have to give that to your teammates and your brothers that have helped you on the way.
You've always deferred. You've always said,
yeah,
thank you, but listen, look at this guy. Look at this coach.
It is, man. Seriously, man. I won MVP in 04, and it was more about the guys that I was playing with and our connection more than the award. I was the kind of the symbol and the example of that team put together, and I hope that I was able to always be, you know, the example of. I hope that I was able to always, you know, have those guys to be proud of, what we all accomplished that year, because, you know, one person just don't come into that and do that. You know, that's a team thing.
First trip to the line for him here. Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead.
And, you know, really, Sarich's skills are tailor-made for today's NBA. He's a big guy who does a little bit of everything at both ends, and he's a laser from that three-point line.
Markelle Fultz has checked in for Simmons. And that one falls, and that puts him up by 1 point.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first.
Checking out some numbers here for J.J. Redick. Some last season stats for him. Averaged 17 points a game, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Yeah, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Have jumper, will travel. I'm telling you. Most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
And how about that floor awareness there from Tatum? That does a good job of scanning the court and getting the ball to the open man.
Kevin, you think about the work that goes into being an elite player. Describe that. What did you try to accomplish?
What are you going to do in these positions right here? When they trap you, how are you going to get the ball out? When you're not trapped, when you're one-on-one, what are the moves you're working on down here? Okay, on the right block. Okay, what about the left block? What about the top of the key? You get an ISO top of the key, what are you going to do? 5 seconds, what are you going to do? So you have to invest in yourself. After you get done with that, that's probably 45 minutes to an hour. You go in, you shower, you get done with that, you take your behind home, you sit, you rest. Now you, obviously, as a person, you're living as a human being, your everyday life. But yeah, it's a lot.
Sounds exhausting.
It is, but it is a cycle that you are able to create for yourself. And once you're in it, you're in it. And it turns over like an everyday, you know, this is what you do every day. Sort of like a routine. And once you get that routine, it is what it is. And I was able to keep a routine for 21 years.
Amazing.
Amazing. And then, you know what,
21 years.
21 years, I added things onto my routine, but if you ask anybody to play with me, they see my routine. I did my routine every day. Never missed a day of not doing my routine.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good.
And the vertical that Brown has is quite impressive. As relentless a finisher that you'll find in this league.
And some changes here for the Celtics. Morris is checked in for Jason Tatum. Smart comes in for Gordon Hayward. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Irving. Then for the 76ers, Johnson, he's checked in for Saric. Chandler comes in for Robert Covington. And it's T.J. McConnell in for J.J. Redick.
And the vertical that Brown has is pretty impressive, as relentless a finisher as you'll find in our league.
Tries yet again. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
They sure are. I mean, they've done a terrific job carving out space under the basket and then pursuing the ball. You know, it's one thing to box out, but you've got to pursue the ball if you're going to get rebounds. And they look strong here in the early going.
Morris with the screen for Brown. Three-pointer. And it's McConnell with the rebound. 76ers trailing. And Kevin, you talk about your rivals at that big man position. Who comes to mind among guys you played against and have the most respect for?
I got a lot of respect for guys in our league. Shaq, Rasheed Wallace, Dice, Charles Barkley, Carmelo, you know, to name a few. Chris Webber. A ton of respect. But when it comes to the cream of the cream, you know, Rasheed Wallace and Tim Duncan always brought out another side of me. I would say Chris Webber too, you know, because Chris Webber is my idol. And those guys brought out the better side of me. And I like to think that I dug deeper with those guys and playing up against those guys. If you want to see what you are in this league and all that stuff that you've been practicing and working on in the gym, those players, those moments are going to pull those times out of you. And that's what true essence are. And only the elite understand that. Only the elite understand the matrix. And things slow down and you really are dominating the game on both ends.
Different world.
Different world, different flow, different mindset, different type of character.
And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Boston making a switch here. Baines is checked in. Here's McConnell. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. He kicks to Embiid. Chandler a screen. Now here's Fultz. He's guarded closely. Chandler, no good. Boston's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. And the basket by Rozier.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Embiid with the screen on Smart. Fultz the pass to Embiid. Misses off the right iron.
Oh, a tough quarter for him offensively. He hasn't been able to give his team a lift when they need it.
And here's Morris for 3. It's good from long range. Morris has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game, Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
Here's Fultz. Back to McConnell. Embiid with the screen on Rozier. Just 4 to shoot. Here's McConnell. And he overshot that one, missing. Celtics leading by 5. And that nickname, the Big Ticket, it stuck, and it certainly fit. KG, you were the Big Ticket.
Lord knows I owe you for that one, man.
But you were the Big Ticket.
Where'd you get that from, man?
You know, I don't even know.
You know, okay, man, listen.
But that, do you like, of all the nicknames you have, and you've got some,
yes.
But do you like that as well as any you got?
Listen, it has morphed now. I am the ticket. So
the ticket, yeah, right.
My friends come to me and they ask me, Teron Lou, he don't call me. He hasn't called me Kevin since you've been calling me the Big Ticket. Everybody calls me Ticket.
How about that?
All the young guys, I don't even think they know my name. There's no Ticket. Ticket, hey, Tick. Right, so that's what it is.
You are the Big Ticket still. Morris, no good. The 76ers trail by 3. Volts kicks to McConnell. There's the pass to Embiid. Chandler a screen. Here's Fultz. It's deflected. Now here is Morris. 51 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Rozier against Johnson. On deep. And it's McConnell with the rebound.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
Embiid the screen. It's stolen by Morris. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Here's Baines. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
McConnell kicks to Embiid. With 4 seconds on the clock. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. Embiid's got his second basket of the night.
How about the soft jumper of Joel Embiid? When the ball comes out of his hands like this, you feel like it's going in every time.
So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. It's the Celtics. They're up by 3. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. One of the league's best point guards, Kyrie Irving, had this to say about his competition.
2011, I came into a league where the point guard position was still being revolutionized, and now guys are solidifying that spot every single year. There are young guys coming in, but now we have established point guards that are franchise-changing point guards. And for me, having that competitive drive every single game, I know I'm going against an elite point guard every single game. So I think that now coming into the league, it's a lot different than it was before.
Some say, Greg, a golden age at the point guard position.
Yeah, and Irving right there with the best of them. He embraces the challenge.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Boston.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunities. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Aaron Baines out there with Horford. Then there's Smart. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Rozier in at the 1. That's the Boston 5. First one falls for him. Kevin, we know the big markets offer more opportunities than just basketball. Does that make it impossible for small market teams, you think, to compete?
I think that as long as you have dollars in the market, yes, you can be competitive. I think that your GMs have to actually put forth some work and put forth teams. You got to find what groups of guys work together and then go out and try to foresee that. I think in a game where you're dealing with cash and you're dealing with being able to have ability to sign and trade players in this league, I think that you can make a competitive roster. There's no mishaps on
There's
what
enough
you can
money
do.
around. Is it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And player movement is more than ever now. You know, players are not doing 5 to 6 year deals no more. Players are doing 2 years.
Yes.
So yeah, you can definitely make a competitive roster.
Yeah, and he can really take his game outside when he wants to. Horford's got plenty of range to go along with all that work he does on the interior.
Morris against Chandler. Johnson the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes the 13-footer. Chandler, no good. Celtics leading by 3. Morris outside. Horford sets a screen for Morris. one hits back iron. The 76ers trail by 3. Down low. No good from Simmons.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
And Morris throws it down.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
McConnell passes to Chandler. Johnson dishes to Simmons. Chandler with the screen on Horford. And it's Simmons penetrating. The shot by Chandler wide open. And Ben Simmons picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Gordon Hayward's checked in for the Celtics. The 76ers also with a sub. Covington's checked in. Boston leading by 5. And Kevin, your time with the Celtics, you had the big 3. Big 4 even when you consider Rajon Rondo. There had to be a leader. And I know you guys all deferred to Paul because he was there.
Yeah. But this is the thing about it, though. We all shared in different types of leadership. Paul Pierce was a great leader in all that what you possess. I was more vocal and more energetic. Ray was more wise and more of wording and understanding of concept and what we were all there for, and constantly reminding, not to say that you have some young ones buck back or whatever. It's part of it. And that whole thing, we're all learning something. We're all adjoining. We're all syncing each other, good and bad. We're learning how to talk through things. Things that, you use in your everyday life. Things that we use in our locker room, we were able to take out of our own and use in our everyday life and communicate better and not be frustrated and let you go and hear your point and then hear it from your side. A lot of good points in what we did, man. Seriously.
Life things, too.
True growth. True growth when you really think about it, True growth. Real time.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, Al Horford is a multiple all-star. And if you count his stats, you miss what he brings to the table. When you factor in his passing, his defense, his efficiency, he does all the things that help you win. Coach Brad Stevens said, Al Horford averaging 15 points a game for you is like other guys averaging 27. Kevin?
The definition of a pro. Terrific guy. Thank you, D.A. Smart kicks to Hayward. Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Fultz. And now the 76ers on the break. Covington passes to McConnell. Rozier with the steal. A shot by Hayward, wide open, offline with his 3. The 76ers have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Covington dishes to Simmons. Inside, here's McConnell, and he drops in the layup off the glass. McConnell's got the lead up to 1 now for the 76ers. The Celtics shooting at 46%, making some buckets. Rozier kicks to Hayward. Smart on the wing. They set the pick. Passes it to Baines. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Somebody you can count on. He is an extremely reliable finisher.
Pass to McConnell. Screen by Simmons. Right wing. Just 5 on the clock. Now here's Fultz. Guarded by Smart. Here's Simmons. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Simmons got 4 points now in the quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
Some changes here for the Celtics. Jason Tatum, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. And Irving subbed in for Terry Rozier. And then for Philadelphia, Saric comes in for Johnson. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for T.J. McConnell. Hayward kicks to Baines. Here's Irving. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. It's on Markelle Fultz.
I don't know if there's a player in the league that has better handles than Kyrie Irving. As a matter of fact, his handles are as good as any I've seen in the history of the game. Smooth, crafty, cunning. Man, it is so much a joy to watch this guy do his thing.
That free throw good from Kyrie Irving.
And the confidence Irving plays with is really admirable. You can tell he feels like no one can guard him.
Second free throw, no good.
Yeah, look, you'd like to take the lead on that possession, but at least he was able to tie the game up. How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Yeah, and it's really fun to see that kind of unselfishness. Really hard not to appreciate all the assists they've racked up.
They set the screen. Up off the screen. Can't get the layup. Saric outside. Here's Simmons. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second push.
And checking out the stats for Dario Saric. Good season for him last year. Last season, put up about 14 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And his rookie season, an opportunity to learn the NBA game. He's hoping to take a larger role in his sophomore campaign.
Well, he had the whole summer to work on his game now. I believe he will take that next step forward in his development.
Tatum with a screen on Saric. Baines, it's tipped. Oh, and here we go with Simmons, nobody back. And Simmons slams it in.
Well, I love watching Simmons run the floor. So effortless and efficient in his movement.
Outside Irving. They set the pick. Baseline J on the way. Happy to see that one go in for his second make in 5 attempts.
And the mid-range shot of Irving is impressive. He has wonderful form with that shot.
Here's Simmons. And Baines pulls it down. Baines has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Brown wide open. He fires. His 3-pointers off the mark. For Philadelphia, they've gotten 7 of their 12 field goal attempts to drop here in the second quarter. Up over 50%. The shot by Redick, no good. Boston trailing. Brown outside. Buries it down low. Brown's got 5.
I think that's where Brown is at his best, guys. He's a muscular athlete who loves finishing strong through contact.
Here's Simmons. Connects on the 17-footer. And the 76ers lead by 2.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
They set the pick. Irving kicks to Tatum. Outside Irving. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
And not a great start for him in the first, but he's quickly starting to turn it around.
Right side Simmons. Over Tatum. And Simmons gets it to go on the assist from Fultz. 12 points for Ben Simmons.
You know, this quarter has been all him, all about him. They're getting it to him in his spots, and he's taking over.
Irving passes to Tatum. Outside Irving. Over Fultz. Ben Simmons with the rebound. Simmons got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the middle. Here's Saric. And slam dunk by Saric.
You got to recognize Simmons is a pass-first guy, which is why you can't leave somebody open around him.
Down kicks to Tatum. Hayward a screen on Simmons. Tatum dishes to Baines. Here's Irving. Banked in off the glass. Irving's got 7 points for the quarter.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Simmons inside, guarded by Tatum. Redick with the bucket.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
Yeah, and that field goal percentage zooming upwards is now above 50%, which is pretty strong.
Now, here is Irving. D right on him. Three-pointer, Hayward. It's hauled in by the 76ers. This, of course, being game 1 of the season, is their first look at the Celtics.
Yeah, plenty of familiarity in this matchup. Last season, they were knocked out of the playoffs by this club.
Exactly, dispatched in the conference semis, and so they'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge in this game. They should be highly motivated.
Brown outside. Baines passes to Brown. They shoot again, and so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Boston shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
Shoot 2.
And he makes the first. Al Horford is checked in for Gordon Hayward. And the 76ers also making a change. Embiid, he's checked in for Markelle Fultz. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Yeah, I don't think it's an accident that aggressiveness correlates with playing better. So the aggressiveness is starting to pay off.
Here's Embiid. Count it. Embiid's got the lead up to 7 now for Philadelphia.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
KG, I want to give you a special thanks for joining us, helping us with the call tonight. You always have a seat at this table to broadcast any of our games.
Oh, man, thank you, man. I appreciate you letting me come through, man. It was an honor, man, seriously.
We'll do it again soon.
Let me know, man.
That's
Let me
KG.
know.
That's the great Kevin Garnett. And Clark, you know, it's amazing. KG was the alpha dog as a player, and he just continues to carry that with him. That's who he is.
And, you know, I think that's who he will always be, too, Kevin. Seemed like he had the attributes of being a leader and grew into that even more as he was mentored by guys like Sam Mitchell and others. So he's the kind of guy with his personality, his charisma, his work ethic that others find it easy to look up to.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
Irving kicks to Tatum. Shoots over Covington. Here's Baines. And he banks in the layup. Baines has got 6 in the quarter.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Embiid inside, and there's the call on Joel Embiid. That is his first foul of the game. Irving way outside. No good on that one. And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Philadelphia. His work on the glass was outstanding in that quarter. Great rebounding. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Coach, what is your impression of the first half?
I think we played. And I thought we found a really good balance of posting and pace. It's what we've been talking about. And I thought our defense, for the most part, was excellent.
A good start. We'll see how they finish. Thanks, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. For the 76ers, the first quarter was pretty even. They kept at it on both ends of the floor, and at the end of the period, they had a slight deficit of 3 points. They're in a terrific position now thanks to their flawless execution in the second quarter. Some excellent work offensively now has them up 11 at the break. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their rebounding. They got a good edge on the boards, and that's a product of their hard work. All 5 guys have been battling, putting everything they have to fight on the glass. That needs to remain the focus for 2 more quarters if they want to hang on to that lead.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Boston?
It looked like they were shooting threes blindfolded. Sometimes you could get cold, but that was atrocious. It was scary. But they also looked scattered out there, and I think that disorganization was the main issue for them missing those shots. They need to establish themselves better into a better rhythm in the second half and avoid relying so heavily on the three-point shot.
And that wraps up the halftime show. Third quarter set to begin in just a few.
A lot going on there as we welcome you back to Boston. That shot taken from the observation deck at the Prudential Center. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
And I'll tell you, his work on the blocks in that first half, really impressive.
Yeah, he squatted on that paint area and owned it, perfectly using his size and that soft touch inside. That's a heck of a combination, strength, size, and soft touch. Nice.
Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. So on the floor for Philadelphia, Redick and Covington, the shooters on the wing. Saric is the 4 with Embiid in the middle, and it's Simmons in at the point.
And if there was ever a guy who was more than what his stats say, it's Al Horford. Won't have nights where he drops 50 or carries a team with his shot blocking, but you ask anyone he's played with and they'll tell you he is a perfect teammate.
Saric knows he has the touch needed to capitalize inside.
Irving passes to Horford. There's the pick. Tatum dishes to Hayward. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Saric. And here we go. Saric, the fast break chance. And the wide open shot from Redick. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
And how about the consistency from range tonight? Really impressive.
Yeah, you know what? The defense can't keep giving him these looks. I mean, he looks really comfortable shooting from these spots on the floor.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
Clearly a frustrating missed opportunity there. Perfect screen, got him the space he needed, but he bricked it.
Horford sets a screen for Brown. No good on the triple.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
Covington with the bucket.
Man, I like the guts from Covington there. I mean, definitely getting bodied a little on his shot, but still keeps his focus and gets it to go down.
Horford kicks to Tatum. Pass to Irving. And here is Horford. Shoots over Embiid. Off the left rim and out.
They're in a hurry. I think, Kevin, they're rushing things a little bit to begin the half. Nothing pretty about this 1-for-4 start.
The shot, no good. Good D by Irving. Looking to end the run. And it's good, 2 points.
How about the pace that Tatum plays with, Kevin? Excellent. I mean, when he's feeling it, he can pull up effortlessly off the dribble. Nice.
Here's Simmons. And it's good off the back rim and in. Simmons got 14.
It goes down, but with no defender near him, no need to go to the fadeaway.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. We always talk about the need for front court players who can both shoot and defend along the perimeter. Clark, if you're taking that in mind, who would you point to as the prototype for the new school big?
Well, I think the guy with the most potential in that regard is Joel Embiid. I mean, he's agile. He's got a nice touch. He's got three-point range. He's got post-up ability. And I think he can become an impactful defender because of his physical attributes. So he would be the poster guy for me in terms of the potential prototype for the new school big.
That shot off, and it's Boston the other way. And there's the feed to Hayward.
And Gordon Hayward is a player who's always found a way to add something to his game. Now he feels comfortable going at a defense either inside or out. Great strength when attacking the rim and can shrug off those defenders.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first one falls.
And, you know, there's no question about it. Hayward is an exciting player and an athletic forward who can really, really score.
Boston making a switch here. Smart's checked in. And the 76ers also making a change. T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for Simmons. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And the dunk by Embiid.
And Embiid loves to punch it now. The defense can't let him get that kind of position inside.
And Greg, you mentioned Hayward's strength. That and his ball fakes seem to be not as recognized as they should be.
Yeah, I think Hayward has one of the better pump fakes in our league. Great deception with inside-out dribbles to create space. And the things he does well aren't immediately apparent, but Hayward's terrific fundamentals are what make him a great scorer.
And the first one drops.
And I really like the uniqueness of Al Horford's game. I mean, he's a big man with a versatile skill set. He makes threes. He can score inside. He defends. He's a guy that is an inside-out matchup problem for most.
Amir Johnson's checked in for the 76ers. He's perfect from the line this time. With the amount of characters and personalities on this Sixers team, Clark, you can't help but notice the attitude they play with.
Yeah, they play with edge. They play with brashness. Some would say arrogance, but all of the championship teams have some element of that, and that's where they're looking to go. On occasion, if their emotions get out of whack, it could get them in trouble, but I think they'll learn as they grow to tone that down and use it in a positive way.
And Tatum is clever when he's in attack mode, great at beating defenders to the basket.
Here's McConnell. And here's Covington. 5 on the clock. Here's Embiid. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And here we go with the breakdown tonight of the front court and back court rebounding numbers for Boston.
And their big men are getting the majority of the rebounds. You like all 5 guys boxing out and getting on the glass, but at the end of the day, that's their role to control the board.
Irving kicks to Tatum. No good that time. Johnson with the defensive effort.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Redick against Smart. Redick passes to McConnell. Kicks it to Johnson. Outside, Redick. Embiid trying to break loose. The shot by Redick, no good.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
McConnell passes to Johnson. Can't hit from in close. Celtics trail by 15. Smart on the wing. And that's out of bounds. Boston will retain possession.
And let's check out some stats for Horford. A very nice season for him last year. Put up about 13 points per, 7 rebounds and 4 assists. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, you know, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Now a timeout called by Boston. The position of power forward, Clark, that was your position. Did you ever think it would become a major weapon for stretching the floor as it is now?
No, I didn't see that evolution happening. I mean, again, at that time in the 80s, even into the 90s, you had the small forward and the power forward was more of an enforcer. I was actually kind of a hybrid at the time because I could deal inside effectively on the glass and because of my size and strength, but also could step out and put it on the floor and pass it a little bit. So, no, the evolution with the 4-man in this day and age, I did not foresee that at all. Love what's happened with it, but it speaks, I think, to the athleticism and skill of these bigger guys now.
It does. Rozier kicks to Tatum. Picked by Horford. Back to Rozier. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Yeah, I like how Tatum surveys the floor. Great at looking for his teammates, especially when they're open.
Chandler outside. Embiid the screen. Back to Fultz. It's deflected. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. Good, and Smart gets the assist. That's now 8 points for Jason Tatum.
And you can just see he's a different player since coming back from halftime.
McConnell passes to Chandler. Fultz kicks to Embiid. Back to Fultz. The pass to Embiid. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And last year, we saw what a full season of Embiid looks like. I mean, scary to think that this is just the beginning of his career. He looks like he can go down as one of the greats to play if he can stay healthy.
Tell you what, when Joel Embiid is healthy, this dude is a super effective player, a polished big man with an arsenal of post moves and shots. He's a handful down there.
And Embiid has already made the jump from star to superstar.
And part of that is his personality. I think his game does speak for itself. Gives you everything you want from a center on both ends of the floor. Effortless athleticism and has incredible skill and touch for a player his size.
Now here's Fultz, guarded by Smart. Fultz with the ball. And Boston with the rebound. Horford's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. Here's Hayward. It's rebounded by Fultz.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Chandler kicks to Fultz. And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's his first foul. One of those ongoing discussions about adding a 4th referee, Clark. Would that help us, you think, call the game more accurately?
No, it would just crowd the court more.
Right.
I mean, come on, what are we talking about here? There's a human element to everything we do. Calls are going to be missed. We've grown and gotten better in highlighting different aspects of calls, being more transparent about it. The video replay, I think, has been more good than bad in the game. There are going to be mistakes. You make them, I make them, the referees make them, coaches make them, players make them. We can't totally eliminate the human element of the game. A 4th official would not add to the ability to get more calls right. They're getting 94, 95% of them right now. You think another official is going to move the needle? Come on.
Feeds to Tatum. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Tatum's got it back down to within single digits for Boston. Philadelphia's gone 4 of 8 tonight from three-point land, shooting 50% on the three ball here. And the 76ers decide to take their first timeout here. Let's take this chance to see which of last season's teams had the most second chance points in the league. Fifth on the list, the 76ers.
This was a team that was really savvy when it came to getting position under the boards and then getting those offensive putbacks.
Now, here's McConnell. He's guarded closely. No one near fault as he lets it go. A three-pointer off the mark.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Morris a screen. Smart kicks to Horford. To the inside. Lets it go from 11. No good off the back of the rim.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
For the three, Chandler knocks down the three ball. Chandler's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now Rozier. He's got 8. Picked by Horford. Smart on the wing. Guarded by Fultz. 14 feet away. Smart misses. The 76ers leading by 12. Covington in the corner. Good. And McConnell gets the assist. McConnell's got 5 assists in the game.
Man, I like the soft release Covington has on his floaters. I mean, they look great coming off of his fingertips.
There's a good screen. Here's Horford, and he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant 1 there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He'd better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
So Horford gets 2. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Boston. Ben Simmons, he's checked in for the 76ers. Horford the pass to Rozier. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5 for 8 night shooting.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Covington inside the line. The rebound by the Celtics. Ways to get back into it, but they've got some time.
The tendency can be to really rush or push the game. They need to avoid that.
And the shot is good.
I like the confidence and the assurance that Brown is taking these shots with. I mean, his mid-range game is actually on point.
And Simmons kicks to Chandler. Off target from three-point range.
Nothing seems to be going down for him today.
Rozier the pass to Horford. Morris with the ball. Guarded by Embiid. Morris with the screen for Tatum. Clock at 6. Over Chandler. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got 11 rebounds in the game. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And Wilson Chandler, one of those talented guys who's battled injuries, Clark, throughout his career.
He's one of those guys you love watching play because all he does is try to win and make winning plays. He can give you good minutes, not much of a scorer, but he's a better playmaker and a better wing defender now, too.
First one falls for him.
Hey, grit and grind are words that fit Chandler because that's what he brings to his team, that sandpaper edge and toughness, a guy who doesn't give an inch and is always fighting.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Sarge is checked in. He doesn't get the second one. And when the Celtics traded out of the first overall pick in 2017, many, Greg, thought they were settling for Jason Tatum for team needs. But he might be the best overall player in that draft.
Listen, the Celtics said they would have been fine taking Tatum first overall, and I believe it. Tatum looks like he could be a superstar very early in his career and does everything at a high level and is already a terrific shooter from deep. Plus, he just has a poise and an air about his game that speaks of superstar.
Pick by Horford. Tatum kicks to Rozier, fires for three, and Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Here's Simmons, makes it off the glass. Simmons got 6 points in the quarter.
Simmons absolutely in his comfort zone near the rim. I mean, uses his body extremely well and typically gets exactly the kind of shot he wants.
Passes it to Horford. That shot is off. Good D by Embiid.
Solid rebound there, and with a score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
And so it's Philadelphia with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Boy, that's a nice asset to have. It's a huge boost to any offense too, Greg. It adds a whole nother dimension when you've got a big guy that can pass.
Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. Celtics trail by 10. Irving at point with Brown to his side. They're at the backcourt. Morris is out there with Tatum. And it's Horford in at the 5. That's the Boston 5. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That'll be his second foul of the game. Saric against Tatum. Horford with a screen on Saric. 5 to shoot. Takes the 3.
Good challenge that time by Embiid, using all that length quite well.
Horford no luck. Redick against Brown. Screen by Saric. Brown against Redick. Embiid sets the pick for Redick. Shot clock reset for Philadelphia. That one is good from Joel Embiid.
Yeah, Embiid plays with really good effort, and he plays with an effervescence that's contagious, and it's really endearing for a guy of his size.
Morris passes to Brown. Horford with a screen on Chandler. Morris into the lane. Irving with a clean look. No good with the triple.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
Celtics trail by 12. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Saric. Great D that time from Tatum. Boston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Bucket is good.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
Simmons inside. He's covered by Irving. Embiid, no good. Celtics have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. Irving from long range. That one, no good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. 17 points was their biggest margin. And that one's good. Simmons.
Simmons is an absolute thoroughbred as a scorer. A dominant offensive talent who scores in a lot of different ways.
Nice ball movement by Boston. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
Simmons against Irving. And stolen by Horford. Now here's Tatum. He's covered closely. Off the mark and a chance to trim it to single digits. Pass to Saric. Here's Embiid. And it's sent back by Horford. In the corner, Irving with it. They get it back. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Horford.
A top-notch postgame is just one of the ways Horford helps his team. One of the more important ways, though, is because he's a tough matchup down low.
Timeout called, the 76ers.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
Gordon Hayward's checked in for Morris. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Brett Brown's huddle with his team. He still wants them to be aggressive and assertive on offense. He said, I don't want us to get content with this lead. Build on it. Don't give them any chance of getting back in this thing. Kevin?
Okay, David, thanks. Outside, Simmons. Out left to the wing. Chandler against Hayward. Chandler dishes to Embiid. Over Horford. The 76ers with another miss.
I wonder if switching baskets really threw him off. I mean, because he can't get anything to fall this half.
Here's Tatum. Ben Simmons with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 8. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, when you watch Ben Simmons, he has marvelous talent and all-around ability, but sometimes you can easily focus on what he can't do. He's not a great shooter, so teams do back off of him, but still, this guy is an impact player because he sees the floor, he passes it great, he's a terrific rebounder, and he's got a nice motor.
That's good from Simmons. And for Simmons, missing his rookie year due to the injury, but he showed he was worth the wait.
No doubt. And you just don't see players with his skills and his body type come around that often, Kevin. I mean, he started quickly out of the gates and took over the Rookie of the Year award race almost immediately.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame. Great assist that time by Kyrie Irving.
Pass to Simmons. Over Irving. And Boston with the rebound.
Take what's available. Use the fadeaway when the defender's there on you.
Tatum against Simmons. Simmons with the defensive effort.
And that's solid defense. Rock solid. Contesting without fouling. Well done.
Embiid with a screen on Brown. Back to Chandler. Screen by Saric. And that's good. Wilson Chandler for 3. And the 76ers lead by 10.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Now the pass to Simmons. Chandler outside. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 5 assists tonight.
Yeah, that's 2 straight 3-pointers they've allowed.
Brown with a screen on Embiid. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Ben Simmons. And with all the drama, Greg, that has followed Irving the past few seasons, he reached out to Kobe Bryant for some guidance.
And just like Irving and LeBron had to go their own ways, so did Kobe and Shaq. Very few players know what it's like to be in a situation like Irving, but Kobe's one of them. And Kobe gave Irving the confidence to not be afraid of standing out in his career decisions, and so far it's paid off handsomely.
And he knocks down the first one.
And they are making it look easy at the free throw line here in the second half.
Robert Covington's checked in for Wilson Chandler. Good on both.
Well, for so long, so many were wondering what Kyrie was thinking when he left Cleveland. What is clear now, though, is that Irving doesn't think about it and has flourished on his own. It seems that he really did just need his own team to become the player he's become.
He dishes it to Horford. Irving from long range. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. Irving against Simmons. Fades. That one a little long. And for Irving, he has let more of his personality come out on and off the floor, Greg, now that he has his own team.
Yeah, it really does feel like we are watching a new chapter in Irving's development as a player. Still has the great shot and handles that make him so deadly with the ball. And just visually, while the leadership is also evolving, he just seems more in control of his game and even more lethal as a player.
And Saric kicks to Simmons. Saric with the screen for Simmons. Shot, high post. Offensive rebound. Saric on the follow. And the 76ers lead by 10.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Pick by Horford. Simmons against Irving. Passes it to Horford. There's the triple. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
Yeah, and they are living and dying from beyond the arc since halftime. It's a different look than what we saw in the first half.
Pass to Simmons. Over Irving. And it's Simmons. That time on the assist from Redick. 25 points for Ben Simmons.
That, to me, is good use of the mid-range J by Simmons, taking whatever the defense gives him out there.
Pick by Horford. Tatum kicks to Irving. Pass to Horford. Shoots a fader. Simmons pulls it in. Simmons got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Simmons on the wing. And Brown over to help. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You two.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. And Redick kicks to Covington. Embiid with a screen on Hayward. Clock at 4. Here's Covington. Unable to get that one. Hayward with some nice D. With the floater. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And seeing Gordon Hayward out there, you have to be glad that he was able to recover the way he has from that devastating injury on opening night last season.
And I remember your call of the moment, Kevin. The whole NBA world just was shocked on that opening night. As bad as it looked, it seemed to be clean enough to where Hayward won't have any lasting issues with it. The rehab obviously wasn't easy, and I'm sure Hayward is just thankful that he's been able to come back completely from that injury.
First free throw is good. He hits both from the stripe. Philadelphia leading by 7. Simmons on the wing. He's covered by Irving, and it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. The Celtics shoot here in the fourth quarter around 41%. Brown the pass to Horford. Dishes it to Irving. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. 16 points for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, you know, you got to appreciate the speed of Kyrie Irving. I mean, incredible at finding different ways to get to the basket, and he is not afraid of anybody.
Embiid with the screen on Brown. Here's Simmons, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Simmons got 15 points here in the second half.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Horford with the screen on Simmons. Brown against Redick. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the 76ers.
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
And the first one at the line is good. And Brown drops them both. And so here is Philadelphia. 17 points was their biggest margin. And Simmons kicks to Redick. Embiid the screen. Philadelphia moving the ball around. No good from Simmons. Celtics trail by 5. Hayward passes to Tatum. Wants to get it to Brown and does. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. He misses the free throw. And he sinks the second.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
And Simmons kicks to Redick. Here's Embiid. Again, Philadelphia.
Embiid really good at shooting in rhythm off the catch.
And so it's Boston with it. 6-point game. Here's Irving. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. He drops the first one, and that brings them within 5. And so Irving nails both of them.
He's really the guy you want on the stripe in that situation. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's clutch.
Embiid with the screen on Irving. Simmons. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And the athleticism that Simmons has is downright unreal. Just a remarkable talent who has the potential to be one of the all-time greats.
Shoot two.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
The free throws go down, and the lead goes up.
Horford with a screen on Simmons. 1:33 left in the fourth quarter. Brown dishes to Horford. 5 on the clock. Over Embiid. And it's good off the back rim and in. And it's 13 points for Horford.
Perfect execution. The size mismatch was there, and they went right at it.
Not only perfect execution, how about perfect timing, too?
Saric against Tatum. Unloads from 13. And Irving gets it to go on the assist by Tatum. Irving's got 20.
And you got to admire Irving in these situations. Doesn't let pressure overwhelm him. In fact, he embraces it.
52 seconds left in the game. Saric has the open look. Offensive rebound. Covington passes to Saric. No good. And Boston has possession. Left side, Brown.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
Yeah, I agree with you there, but at least they did get the clock stopped. That is the one saving grace of that situation.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. And the second free throw, no good. A tough break there. Outside, Redick. Connects.
Now, that is cold-blooded.
Indeed it is. Love seeing him deliver when they need him most. No fear taking these shots. I love it.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They're behind by 3. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. What do you think, guys?
Hey, they do have enough time here if they shoot quickly to get the 2 for 1. We'll see if they try it.
And now let's present our Jordan Player of the Game, Ben Simmons.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
Here's Irving. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Now a timeout called by Boston. They're trailing by 3. 29 seconds left in the fourth. Brown kicks to Irving. 24 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Tatum. Picked by Horford. Shot clock at 5 to tie it up. Count it! A tremendous three to tie it up.
Oh, he is just so clutch, saving his best for when the pressure is at its highest.
And Philadelphia calls time here. There's 10 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here's Embiid. Missed.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Textbook defense all around. Nice job at contesting the shot without fouling, and that's how you do it. Well done.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in just a moment. Well, if you're just joining us, this one has been a great one. We've got overtime action now, folks. So Philadelphia will get the first possession. And away we go here with post-regulation basketball. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineup for us now in overtime. On the floor for Boston. Filling out the wings, it's Brown and Hayward. Tatum out there with Horford, and it's Irving in at point guard. Tatum dishes to Irving. Horford with the screen on Reddick. Out to Hayward to take the lead. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And that's 15 points for Gordon Hayward.
Boy, Brown not just a super athlete, folks, but he's got excellent skills as well. A tremendous floor general.
Here's Simmons. And it's good off the back of the rim and in. Simmons got 31 points.
And the hook shot isn't one that a lot of guys use these days.
Irving passes to Horford. Picked by Horford. The pass to Irving. From outside, off the mark.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
I certainly do. You know, I like to see guys do their work inside. Their rebounding has been excellent, and that's always important in a close game. Always enjoy solid, good passing. Easily setting up his teammate. Does not get any easier than that.
Horford kicks to Tatum. Pass to Irving. Over Simmons. Irving can't get it to go. 76ers have gone 2 of 3 from the floor as we've gotten this overtime period underway. Here's Sharp, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Jason Tatum.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. He's perfect from the line this time.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Over in the corner, Brown. Picked by Horford. Down low. Covered by Reddick. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut to just one on the basket from Brown.
Hey, and with Brown, guys, it doesn't matter what point in the game it is. I mean, he's ready to shoot whenever he has the ball in a good spot.
No good from Simmons. Boston's gone 1 of 2 so far in their three-point attempts in overtime. And slam dunk by Tatum.
And Tatum, Kevin, has been in these situations before. He's reliable when it comes to stepping up in big moments.
Al Horford with the rebound. For Boston, they've gone 3 for 5 for their shot since we got started here in overtime. Horford with the screen on Redick. Here's Brown. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
At the line for the Celtics, Jaylen Brown. He'll be at the line shooting 2.
That free throw missing.
And the number of fouls he's drawn has resulted in a bunch of trips to the line. So even if he doesn't make them all, it still had a positive effect.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time. Philadelphia's gotten a positive outcome on 7 of their 14 three-pointers in this game. Not bad at all. And Tatum over to help. And the dunk by Embiid.
Joel Embiid on top of things there, folks. Recognizing a big possession and commanding the ball.
Irving kicks to Horford. The screen from Brown. Back to Irving. The shot's good on the assist by Horford. That's now 22 points for Kyrie Irving. 76ers trailing. Simmons passes to Embiid. Over Horford. Again, Philadelphia.
You give Embiid these looks and he won't turn them down, and he'll make a good percentage of them.
Irving against Simmons. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
He drops the first one, and that ties the game up. And so both free throws good that time. That puts him ahead.
And nice there. He does not waste those opportunities. Just what they needed with this game still in doubt.
He kicks it to Embiid. Over Horford. Embiid, no good.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range. Extended out nicely and definitely bothered the shot.
Tatum's experience in these spots is starting to show. He's never been afraid to take the biggest shots.
Here's Embiid, and again it's Philadelphia.
What confidence from Joel Embiid. Knocked that one down in a clutch situation.
Simmons against Irving. At the top of the key, Hayward. That one off the back iron and out.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Covington dishes to Embiid. There's the feed to Covington. Redick against Brown. Shorts with the screen for Redick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Embiid trying to break loose. He can't hit that time. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Guys are not going to be in any rush on this possession.
Not with the lead. Now's the time to burn some clock. Just reliable, guys. He's just always trying to make the right play.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're trailing by 3. There's 31 seconds left in overtime. And here are the 76ers now. Puts it up. Pulls it up. Yes! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within one.
Get Embiid the ball, and he goes to work, especially that close to the basket.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
It's the first, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Getting both at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And the perfect time to be perfect at the line. Only a 3 can tie it now.
And the 76ers call time here. They trail by 3. 19 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. Guys, your thoughts?
You know, you'd love to be able to clear space and get that triple, but you can also do the 2 with a quick foul.
Exactly. You're right on top of it, Greg. No need to chuck up a 3. Just be smart and get a quality shot.
And Redick kicks to Covington, launches it. The 3 won't fall.
And extending the D there, putting a lot of pressure on the shooter.
You're exactly right. Patrolling the perimeter well and didn't allow the shooter to get off a clean look. That's what you would call A+ defense.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And he ends up making the second, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And Simmons kicks to Redick. The 3. Yes! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
They get the points they need as Redick shows just how cold-blooded he can be. JJ has the bench up and going crazy with that one.
Now a timeout called by Boston. And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. They escaped with a victory, although they needed an extra period to get it done.
Yeah, but what a great game. I mean, both teams, I felt like, gave it their all. But when it came to OT, it was just all about sheer determination on their part.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Gordon, what turned this game around tonight?
Came out with energy in the second half. I mean, after we had a little bit of a lull there, called a timeout and we regrouped and got it together. I thought we played well, shared the basketball. We regrouped.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a different team the second half. Thanks, Gordon. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it for the first game of the NBA season. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time